welcome back to another episode of TubeTalk.
Thank you, Kate. We've got a very special guest star.
We do.
Back. Kate!
Yes.
Why are you back?
Because no one else was available.
Yeah, we had to do it early this week, and Dougie is unavailable, so you've stepped back into your role like an all-black captain coming back.
Yes.
Like bring back Buck Shelford.
Yeah.
Bring back Kate Bosma.
Just like that.
And we've got another special guest, haven't we?
Yes.
Shall I show them our special guest?
Yes.
Come here, Maisie. Come here. Come here. This is bring your pet to work day. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can.
This is Maisie.
This is our dog.
It's our dog, Maisie.
She looks terrified, but she loves us.
She is a rescue dog.
Yes.
And she's very sweet, aren't you? Say hello to the guests. Alright, there you go. Hop down.
Let's get into the real work, shall we?
Let's get into the real work. Correct.
Okay, so last week we had a big week. On Saturday we had Skyman debut at Caulfield, and it was a very impressive field.
It was a very impressive field. It was even more impressive win. Yeah, very exciting. Great week. 3 winners. Skyman first up in Australia at 26 to 1. They paid for a good bottle of red on Saturday night. Sat back last, still last of the 600. There was a $1.80 favourite in the field and he buried them. Very, very progressive horse. On a good track, and I think that's important for him. I think he'll handle good tracks far better than wet tracks because of his actions. But look, Mubaraz, who's another import we bought, who's won in Sydney but doesn't handle wet tracks either. I think they're better on good tracks, but very impressive, has a massive future in front of him.
Awesome. Also on Saturday, Stardome won at Eagle Farm.
Stardome did win at Eagle Farm by 3.5 lengths going away. Very impressive, he's been in great form. We were a little bit worried about the heavy track. Actually, it was Doomben. We're a little bit concerned about the heavy track. But great ride from Larry Cassidy, got him handy, got him rolling, and he just kicked away. And he's now likely to head back to Sydney for a $125,000 race.
Wow.
Next Saturday, but he's going great guns. He's a Savabeel, he's 4 now, he's just fully mature, and he's just really putting runs on the board.
Cool. And now it's time to get into this week. So this week we have up to 7 potential runners. Starting on Friday at Awapuni in race 7, we have Rock Island Line.
Rock Island Line, 2 runs, this time in for 2 seconds. Going super. Barrier 7, Kozi Asano on, claiming 1 kilo. Kozi's riding really well. Ageti's out of the handicap by 2.5 kilos because of these open entry races, so he's not well off at the handicap, but he's flying. It's interesting, the Winter Cup, Group 3 Winter Cup in 2 weeks' time, people. The favourite's Happy Star at $7. Rock Island Line was only just beaten by him last start, and if they were to meet again in the Winter Cup, he'd probably be about 4 kilos better off against him, 6 kilos better off, and Rock Island Line's $51 if you want to jump on and have a couple of dollars on him. Probably needs to win on Saturday to make the Winter Cup. Heavy 11 track won't bother him. He's going really well, settle. Kozi gives him a good run. He's a really nice each way chance. Deserves to win.
Cool. Then on Saturday at Matamata in race 7, we have Rip 'em Up.
Fresh up over 1,200 metres, badly off their weights. Sam Collett on board. Lovely to have Sam on board. I like her riding, and a lovely person. Always happy when she's riding for us. She'll get back from the draw. She's a stayer. It's too short for her, and as long as she's running home well, we will be happy.
Cool. Then also on Saturday at Ashburton in race 10, we have Sanctify.
Interesting runner. Thought she was going to be a real good chance last time. Ended up running last, and that was because it was a bit of a Betty Crocker of a ride. 4 wide on the speed without cover, and then 5 wide was given no chance. Has worked up well since. Barrier 3 this time. Chris Johnson back on board, who gets on with her really well and has won on her. Should get a much nicer trip in transit, be more relaxed, and would not be surprised to see a big turnaround in form.
Cool. Then in Australia on Saturday at Eagle Farm in race 9, we have Ferry Me Home.
Yes, whether he runs or not is a question mark. He's drawn barrier 17 of 17. Will come into barrier 14 of 14. But he's a hard-going horse, and he is better off when he can get a bit of cover and from 17 you don't get cover. So if he runs, well, I think we'll have to roll forward with him and let him sort of roll forward, be handy and happy in his own zone. He's certainly capable of winning this race. If he runs, that's what we'll do. If he doesn't run, we'll wait a week, and there's a couple of nice races for him next Saturday. There's a $75,000 race for him over a mile, and there's a 2,200 metre race if we decide to go that way. So there's a couple of options for him next week. Probably reserve him, but wait and see. Watch the space.
Awesome. Then on Saturday as well, at Mooney Valley, in race 7, we have Sir Pippin.
We do. Sir Pippin, really good third last start. He just was probably a length too far back on a slow tempo. Made his run, got there to win, but the horses that had been in front of him the whole way on a soft tempo just managed to hang on. Barrier 7, John Allen back in the saddle. Important for him to get cover. He'll probably be 2/3 of the way back in the field with cover. At Mooney Valley, he was unlucky at Mooney Valley last time. Is ready to run really well. I think a definite top 3 chance. He's 2.5 kilos out of the handicap as well. 1.5 kilo out of the handicap. He's carrying 1.5 kilo more than he should with true weights. But he's going well. He's going well, definite each way chance.
Then on Sunday at Te Aroha, in race 10, we have She's Apples.
Has come back way better this time. She was unfortunate. She, just before the COVID lockdown, she had her first start back, ran 5th. It was a good 5th. Then we hit the COVID lockdown, and so there was no racing when she was ready to go. So she's had that time off. She's come back. She's trialled up really well for 2nd. Has drawn out a bit on Sunday, which is a bit frustrating. But if she gets a nice run in transit, or a rider how she jumps, if she gets a nice run in transit, I think she's come back really well, and I think she is a nice way to finish off the weekend. I think she can definitely run in the top 3.
Awesome. Then finally in Australia at Sandown, we have Wairiri Falls.
Yeah, and the problem we have doing this show now, Kate Bosma, is the fields aren't out for Sandown. He's in the 64 mile. He won 2 starts ago brilliantly. Last start, the track was too wet for him, and he still made good ground, but he just couldn't quite sprint. If we get back onto a soft 5 track or better, he'll be very hard to hold out. He's a Saville half-brother to Sacred Falls, and he's got an engine. So very hard to hold out if we get the track conditions to suit.
Sweet as. And now it's time for Bet of the Week. So this week's Bet of the Week is on Saturday at Eagle Farm in race 2, and it's Humboldt Current.
Yeah, so Humboldt Current, he won last start and bet Stardome by a couple of length and a half. Stardome was taking ground off him at the end, but Stardome since has come out and won by 3.5 lengths, so that's franked that form. He's an import, one of Chris Waller's imports, who had been a long time between wins, but that win last start I think might have just given him confidence, and he's dropped from, while he's gone up in grade, he's dropped from 60 kilos to 56.5, so he drops 3.5 kilos. Michael Cahill rides, who's a really good jockey. It's a small field, probably get a nice run, I would say three pairs back, and I know from experience a lot of these imports, when they win, they get a lot of confidence and they win again. So I think he'll be a nice bet going up in grade. And with special mention for Doug's Bet of the Week a couple of weeks ago, Little Uzi is running at Awapuni on Friday.
Ooh.
In the maiden 1200. So if you've got a spare dollar each way, put it on that. So that's our Bet of the Week.
And that concludes TubeTalk for this week also.
Thank you, Katie. And we won't have a TubeTalk next week.
No, you won't.
I will be away on leave, and TubeTalk will be back the following week.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you guys. Bye.
Then Heavenly Emperor, and behind them Battle Talk needing a run from Skyman. Emperor Selassie kicked for home at the 200 from Tavi Dance, who's had to make a sustained run. Skyman down the outside looks a real threat, but lugs in. 100 to go. Emperor Selassie joined by Skyman. Skyman takes the lead, punched out will win. Skyman won the first 2 lengths. Emperor Selassie. Battle Talk third from Heavenly Emperor.